Welcome to another Cardano update. Like always, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts and if you want access to our daily Discord updates. And no, the setup is not bearish. We are only turning the fourth wave move down right here into a much bigger ABC. I mean, you could count this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that should be the A wave of the fourth wave move down. This right here was the B wave. And by the way, I think in this move, we got exactly to the 50% resistance level, and if you turn that upside down, it would have been a 50% support level. Of course, the Elliott wave count works upside down as well, so I think what we're doing right now is we are going in a C wave or a third wave to the downside, whatever you want to call it. And well, this could go pretty low just because the B wave did not really go that high. And by the looks of it, of the C wave right here, we already seem to have a 1-2 setup. And as you can see, we found resistance at the 0.382 of the first wave right here to the downside, which usually means that we're about to go lower. And we could start the third wave of the C wave right now, which could even put us to, the 1618 of the first wave right there. I don't have that on the chart, so let me quickly put it on the chart. And it's not gonna be good if we drop that low, because that would put us below the 200-day moving average, but it's also not gonna be the end of the world because we still have the bull market support band over here. But in the worst case scenario, we could even drop to the 0.618 support level of the fourth wave, but that's only the worst case scenario, and dropping below 66 cents would suggest that something more bearish is going on. So as long as we actually hold this level, we should be fine. And if we go a bit lower right now, it's okay. And now let me continue with the third wave of the C wave right here. So if this is only the first 1-2 setup of the C wave, it means the third wave right now will probably get to around 73.6 cents. And that is exactly where the 200-day moving average is as well. So it would make sense if that happened. And then we could get a bounce off the 200-day moving average. We could get a fourth wave move up, and then we could get another low. And honestly, the fifth wave to the downside of the C wave could even put us at the 1618 right here of the A wave right there. So that is at 67 cents, but that is the worst case scenario. Obviously, we could get some type of maybe flat correction in the C wave. So maybe this is already like, I don't know, maybe third wave. Maybe if you zoom in on this, you can count some kind of 1, 2, 3, 4 already. I highly doubt that. So we'll see what happens. And yeah, this resistance level on the chart, which is between 80.8 cents and 82.6 cents, if we do not manage to get above this, then that's going to be a confirmation that we're probably going lower. Now, if we somehow get above this, that could be a good sign, and this setup right here could still be counted as some kind of weird ABC for a first wave, and whatever we had here could be a second wave move down. It could still work, but I don't really think it's gonna do that, and I think we're probably going low right now, which is not the worst case in the world. So let me get rid of the 1618 of the third wave of the C wave from the chart, because I don't really want to have it on the chart, but you can expect the third wave to hopefully bottom at around 73.6 cents. And other than that, if you look at the RSI right here on the 4-hour, we are getting rejected after we broke below it, and we are getting rejected by the moving average. And usually this leads to corrections, so I think everything right now is pointing out to the fact that we might get another low, and we are still not oversold on the 4-hour chart. And if we do get to the oversold territory, this is gonna be very bullish, because the last time we got to the oversold territory was down here when ADA got to 50 cents. So if we get oversold right now and we drop to maybe 65 cents, 70 cents, 75 cents, it's gonna be great, because then we could bounce and then we could still get to my fifth wave target. Now, speaking of the fifth wave target, I don't know how low the fourth wave move down will go, but this is going to have to be adjusted as well. So let's say we actually drop to the bigger 50% support level right here. If that's the case, well, as you can see, the fifth wave target will have to be adjusted, and the minimum target will have to be $1.03. And not $1.10 like it was previously, so be aware of that. But other than that, I mean, we are still expecting another high after this correction. And also, keep in mind, the fourth wave move down is usually the most boring, and I warned you about this maybe like 2 weeks ago. I told you that we need to start the fourth wave move down, and I told you that this is probably gonna be boring. And what do you know? It's boring. And yeah, other than that, we kind of need to stay above the bull market support band, but a slight wick below it would not be the end of the world, just to touch the 1618 over there. Other than that, the chart is still looking pretty healthy. On the much bigger picture, this is a very healthy 1, 2, 3, 4 setup, and it makes sense for the fourth wave move down to be a bit, let's just say, more impulsive, just because the third wave actually overextended quite a lot. So yeah, this is normal, and if we drop to 70.8 cents right here and then we bounce, it's still gonna be a 1, 2, 3 setup or an ABC structure, so it's still gonna be fine, and we should still get another high after that. And now let's go on the daily chart, not the Bitcoin dominance chart, not yet at least. And the daily suggests that, yeah, we are about to get another low, and we are about to test the 200-day moving average over here. We could drop a bit below it, but we should manage to get back above it. And we still seem to be doing what we did over here, although the RSI has cooled off quite a lot compared to what we did over here. And I think when we do get the fifth wave move up, we will probably be rejected by the moving average on the daily chart on the RSI, and that's gonna give us a much bigger correction, which could lead to Cardano being oversold on the daily, like it was over here when we were at 50 cents. But this time, when we get to the oversold territory on the daily, we're probably going to get an ABC down, ADA will probably be at 80 cents, and getting oversold on the daily is very bullish because that does not happen that often, and when it happens, that's when we get a bounce, and that could be the perfect time to start the third wave of this 1-2 setup here. So yeah, other than that, the chart is looking good. Also, I want to talk about the weekly chart as well. And the weekly chart seems to want to test the moving average right now on the RSI, which is not a bad thing. I mean, I told you we will need to test it at some point, and maybe we're about to do it right now. If that's the case, we need to stay above it and we need to close above it. So if we test it and we slightly drop below it, it's gonna be okay. But when we get the weekly close, it needs to be back above it, because otherwise it's not gonna be good. And yeah, we'll see if we do that right now. Keep in mind, something like this is needed in order to get a pump like we had in November. Here we tested the moving average on the weekly. If you zoom in on this, we tested the moving average and then we had a bounce. And yeah, that's what we need to do right now. So if we test it and if we go lower for like a week or maybe 2 weeks, it's fine. Now let's talk about Bitcoin dominance, and well, it's, as you can see, it's still not really going up, but it's also not going down, and it found support exactly at the 0.618 support level that I talked about many times. And this is a really bad thing because we're about to, well, I don't think we're about to close another green wick because today is only Tuesday, I think. But we are getting another green wick right here, and this is not good. We do not want to close green wicks on the Bitcoin dominance chart right now, because when something like that happens, and I told you this I think yesterday, when something like that happens, that's when Bitcoin dominance manages to find a way to recover and break above the bull market support band and 200-day moving average. And if we do that, then we are probably gonna get another cycle high on the Bitcoin dominance chart, which is not going to be great because people are going to start going crazy. Even myself, I'm going to have to make the exact same video yet again for like another couple of months. But yeah, if we do not manage to start going down, and if we do not manage to break below 60.3%, then we could be looking at a very boring next couple of months. And honestly, I told you this many times, but even if we do that right now, even if we form a new cycle high on the Bitcoin dominance chart, the drop right here will still probably happen. And I mean, for a drop like this, we only need like 4 weeks. So we could even start the altcoin season in January of next year and end it by the end of January, and it's still gonna be fine. So other than that, yeah, Cardano is looking good. Bitcoin dominance is looking pretty okay, but we need to break below the support level right there. And until Bitcoin dominance breaks down, ADA will not have a big move to the upside because it's just not possible. And I keep saying this in every single video, but we need Bitcoin dominance to break down. And Bitcoin dominance is literally the only thing that we need to talk about right now. If you are focusing on something else right now, then you are probably focusing on the wrong thing, because there's not much else that you need to know other than this chart. And Yeah, there's money to be made in the market, but maybe not right now, at least if we do not manage to break below the support level right there. Now, if we manage to break below it, it could be a very good indicator, but we still need to get another high and then an ABC down on the ADA chart before we can start the bigger third wave right there. So I hope I did not bore you to death. I'm aware of the fact that these videos are probably extremely repetitive, but it's literally the exact same story every day, and yeah, I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts and if you want access to our daily Discord updates. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.